session we have going on today. I see lots of great people attending. I just want to give a couple shout outs to some of the people who are on. Bruce Waterman, thank you for joining us. Jay Johnson, thank you for joining us. I know you've been traveling around the world. Blake Crenshaw, good to have you. Janine and Diego, glad you guys are on. You guys are loyal attendees. I don't think you've missed a show yet. Lisa, Pat, Rick Bloom, my audio-visual guys, Steele, Todd. I'm so happy to have all of you on. Let me give a quick shout-out to Todd, who recently referred a new client to us, and I really appreciate that as well. You guys, thank you so much for attending, and today we've got a lot of information to cover, so I hope everybody's ready. We are going to really dive in to all of the different marketing majors that we've talked about in some of the other sessions. So today we're going to talk about evaluating, positioning, leveraging, and prioritizing. I know that sometimes it can seem overwhelming as you're going through and trying to figure out where do I start, what do I work on, and so forth. This is the bottom line, you guys. We all have so much to do as it relates to marketing. Marketing is an ongoing process. It is not a project. So you really have to think about your marketing efforts as a lifestyle, something you're constantly dedicated to. Growing a business depends on marketing. It depends on you constantly improving your positioning, improving your brand, your messaging, improving visually the representation of your business, improving your network, improving your engagement. There are so many different facets to building a powerful brand on the internet that you really can never stop. And so you know, I first want to address, as far as prioritizing, I love the fact that you guys are going through homework. We're getting constant messages from people saying, oh my gosh, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. Don't worry about feeling overwhelmed. The goal is that you pick a task, something that you can wrap your arms around, and you either outsource it or get it done. Outsource it or get it done. And we're going to constantly be helping you guys with, what do I prioritize first? This morning, we had someone that submitted a request, and this is someone we just went live with a new website. It's a law office. We just went live with a new website for them, and they've really never played in the internet or digital marketing environment. And the first request they had was, we need all our social media sites set up. So my response was very quick and probably relatively sharp. I don't want to overwhelm anyone. There is no benefit or value for you guys to have 300 social media sites if you haven't learned how to create content, or how to use your blog, or how to leverage Facebook, or how to leverage YouTube. There is a priority to getting things done. And so really, you know, I want everyone to just kind of pull back a little bit. We cover a lot of information. Some of you may be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit further along than others who are attending these sessions or attending the recorded archives later. And so everyone's kind of at a different pace. So for our more advanced individuals that have the fundamentals down and they're in a more advanced environment, if you're brand new and you're just getting started in this digital marketing environment, or you've tried and failed, and now you're trying to get it right, then you're going to see some advice and input and strategies and tactics that are designed more for an advanced company. And that is just, it's better, think about it like this, it's better to be aware of where you're going than to be blind to what it looks like further down the path. So it doesn't mean that you need to be playing at that same game yet, but it does mean having some visibility to it is going to be important to your progress. So you guys, today we're in step 1, session 4. We've had an orientation, and we've had 3 sessions so far. I believe we've had 4 or 5 breakout sessions for those of you that are participating in the breakout sessions as well. For anybody that's new, if you're just coming on and this is the first time you've attended, feel free to go to 12steproadmap.com. You can simply click on the link that says Webinar Series on the right top navigation. As soon as you're going to get here, you're going to see the orientation and the 3 steps that have already been done. So step 1, 3 sessions. You're also going to see some pre-recorded step 2, sessions 1 through 6 are pre-recorded. They're on here for you. We wanted to make sure that you had access to some fundamentals that are critical to your success. So everything from establishing your Google account to setting up a calendar, analytics, Google Plus accounts, getting your YouTube account set up, all kind of the basics of marketing. So account creation is definitely going to be a basic. So I want to make sure you have access to that. Also on the right-hand side, you're going to see a few different calls to actions. So you have join us. As far as register to join these live sessions, the reason I'd like to have you on the live sessions is because we save the last 15 minutes, and I may have sessions that are entirely engaged by you, that are driven by you. You tell me what you want to learn, and during those sessions, the only way you get to participate is if you're live. So that's why I like to have you live on the call. You can access all of the homework on this link. You can join our newsletter, which we send out once a month, and it's power-packed full of video content and information that's going to help you grow your business. You can also ask a question. We have all of our questions posted. If you guys want to ask a question, or you want us to focus or address something specific on the training sessions, just click on this link and go post that question on our fan page. And that way we can make sure everybody gets the benefit of listening to that question. Also, these are breakout sessions. Breakout sessions are shorter sessions. They may be 5 minutes, they may be 30 minutes. For those of you that are new, I want to let all of you know, actually, we're starting a new breakout session program. It's going to be on Blog Talk Radio. We're going to have a live radio show. We're going to be interviewing all of you that are going through the 12-step roadmap program. What I'm looking for is I want to hear success stories. I want to hear what you've tried, what you failed at, what you've been successful with. So I am looking for your guys' complete participation. The Blog Talk Radio show, we're going to do it on a weekly basis. You guys will have an opportunity to fill out an application. We're going to be slotting people for different radio shows throughout the entire year. So definitely take advantage of that. Jump on board. My goal is to watch your progress. I want to make sure that you're not here just taking notes and nothing happens from that. And a lot of time that's what training is. The reason this is a 52-week training program is because we want to make sure that you have enough time to be able to listen, learn, implement, evaluate, change it up. Listen, learn, implement, evaluate your results, change it up. And so that's going to be an important process. And we're here. We need to be able to communicate back and forth for that. All right, awesome. So you guys, the show's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can watch last month's webinars, as I said. Next, 12-step roadmap has just some primary critical foundation areas. The first one is technology. What are you using for technology? Whether it's your CRM, whether it's your website, what kind of technology are you using from a mobile application standpoint, billing, finance. From a technology infrastructure standpoint, we need to make sure you've got the right technology in place and that the technology communicates and leverages each other. I want to say it was maybe a month ago, I was having a conversation with a woman who had recently implemented around a $30,000 piece of technology to function as a CRM system. And when all was said and done, when she was done making all the modifications and customizations to her business and so forth, by the time it was said and done, it still didn't have any integration with their social media environment, with their website, or anything else. So as that's definitely something that had probably $100 a month and had no long-term contracts and got everything plus a whole bunch of missing things. So in the foundation section, technology is critical. Next is strategy. Like I said, there's a million things you need to do, and we're going to help you prioritize those. Your next section in the foundations area is going to be your network. Who are you connected to? You guys, when we're out there and we're searching through everybody's social sites, and trust me, we look on a regular basis to kind of get an idea who you guys are connected to. Facebook is going to play a huge role in your marketing efforts. So what we're looking for is how heavily are you connected. So we have depth and width, and then we have your foundations, which is your base. So who from your network are you connected with? These are going to be your customers, your friends, your colleagues, vendors, strategic partners, and so forth. You guys should all have, of course, a personal page. And then in addition to that, you should also be building your fan pages. Now, we have a collaborative marketing strategy. You're going to see these are all of the fan pages that we manage. And our strategy is to leverage our customer base to help them market each other. And really, that's a great way, especially when it comes to Facebook fan pages. So if you guys are in a network or a BNI group or a networking group for the smaller guys, or if you guys are a bigger company and you're leveraging a social media marketing team, like we have our plan, which is step 1, which is our strategy and marketing program. Our customers have us essentially leverage each other's fan pages to help grow it. So I want to just show you really quickly how to do that in case you're not familiar. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log in as Jennifer Bagley, which is my fan page. So your personal page owns a fan page. So here's my fan page. Leverage this fan page to help improve or increase participation or engagement in another fan page. So I'm going to go to We Scan Files because I know Blake is on here. All right, and I'm going to go into Blake's page, and I specifically picked this one because we haven't liked it yet, from this fan page. So this is fan page to fan page engagement. I'm going to click the like and make sure that I'm following it, and then I'm going to use this fan page to engage in this network. So simply liking a handful of posts. You guys, Facebook has an algorithm that's very complicated, and I'm not going to go into great detail, but the algorithm really has to do with the number of people that like your page, how frequently you post content on your page, and the amount of engagement that you have. That is going to consist of likes, shares, as well as comments. So shares have the highest ranking. So it's important that you post content that's worth being shared. So for example, let's say that Blake, on his site, he posted a quote that was a motivation. You know what? Perfect. This is perfect. So 2 things I can share. One, I can definitely share this one because I'm connected to Bruce Waterman and I'm connected to Blake. So this would be something I can come in, I can say share, and I'm sharing it. Notice I'm sharing it to my own fan page. You can share on other pages if you manage more than one page. And I'm going to say, okay, so I would have wrote something better if I had more time, but you get the idea. So now I was taking this and sharing it to my fan page. In addition, let's see here. In addition, I saw another one that I was going to share. Okay, so this one I'm going to say share, and I'm going to say, and by the way, Blake, thank you for sharing our fan page for Business Ground Rules. So I'm going to say check out Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now. And I'm going to go ahead and share this link on my page. So essentially what I'm doing is I am currently logged in as Jennifer Bagley on my fan page. I'm on or visiting the We Scan Files fan page, and I am liking and sharing content from page to page. So let me give you another example. I'm going to jump over. I'm going to go over to CI Web Groups fan page. From here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to search for We Scan Files. I'm going to pull this product or service. I've already liked the page, so now I'm going to go through. You'll notice this is my fan page. So you guys, this works in a couple different ways. One, you're co-branding and you're getting your fan pages across other networks, so that creates additional branding and so forth. And 2, you guys are leveraging collaborative marketing strategies, which I promise you are less expensive than having to completely outsource a social media plan. So we have a lot of our clients that are on a marketing retainer where we are building their network, building their fan pages, we're helping with engagement, we're building their likes and shares, and sometimes even posting content on their behalf. Imagine if we did that, plus they were part of our collaborative marketing group, where we have a group of fan page owners that are cross-promoting each other's pages. Now, let me give you an idea. If on your fan page the only thing you do is sell your products and services, and you have another fan page owner that your products and services just don't fit with, hard time getting that business owner to cross-promote or share things that are on your page. If you guys attended last week's session, one of the things that we talked about was what type of content should you put on a fan page. Some of the things that we put was educational, informational, motivational, fun, friendly, and so forth. So don't just use your fan page just to promote products and services, but actually use it to promote things that would be valuable assets to your client base, or just purely motivational or fun. That way you can get your network to be able to engage in your fan page and possibly share those pictures, images, graphics, or links with their networks as well. So you're going to see here, Blake now has 2 shares already on this link, which probably just simply because he's promoting Tony Jerry's Business Ground Rules book and this is, let me back up. Blake has an incredible company, LeaseCam Files. They turn Office, your file, that's his campaign code, and essentially his client base are all business owners. His client base are medical professionals, law offices, mortgage companies, anybody that has a tremendous amount of paper in their room, which are going to be business professionals and so forth. Now, what is important to business professionals? Since he's in a B2B environment, other business owners are going to be interested in things that can help them. So, for example, sharing the 12-step roadmap to accelerated results. And you know what? I totally thought we were sharing Blake's fan page. Now I know that this was totally self-indulgent. So this is actually our newsletter. I need to pay much closer attention. So Blake, thank you very much. This is actually, he was showing our email newsletter on his fan page, and I just shared it back with my own company, and that's I'm just going to smile at that because I thought we were promoting Tony's book. But needless to say, you guys, that's a great example. So Ann Powers, thank you for jumping in and connecting with Blake. I love seeing that. She's with Air Care Systems. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea. So I'm going to jump back in, and this time I'm going to go to 12-Step Roadmaps fan page. So you're going to notice up here it's going to show which one I'm logged into. Down here you're going to see I'm on the fan page, and next I'm going to go do the same exact search. By the way, using our company to do stuff like this, is it valuable? Yeah, because we have administrative rights to hundreds of fan pages. However, on a flip side, this is something, if you have 4 or 5 business owners that have their own companies and you guys have teenagers, this is something you can have a teenager do. You can have them log in, but that would mean that you would have to have administrative rights to those fan pages. So think collaboratively. If there's 3 or 4 of you that want to help promote each other, then this is a great way to do that as well. Cross-promoting. So same thing, I'm going to go in, I'm going to like this, I'm going to like this, and so forth. What we're doing is we're helping improve Blake's edge rank. We're helping improve this company's edge rank. The higher your edge rank, the more your content is going to show up in the feed. So when you click on homepage feed, you're going to see content here. This content only shows to a certain percentage. In Facebook, lots of people have different thoughts. I've heard 14% of your content shows to your network. I've heard 14% of your network is able to see your content. So the algorithm is relatively complicated. What's most important is that you start showing up in people's feeds. And the way that that happens is through having engagement, okay? So you can kind of get an idea. Superior Air Systems is showing up a lot in ours. Dirk's Heating and Air, one of our clients, again, kind of to give you an idea. All right, so help each other. There's Rhino Fleet Tracking, CASE, CI Web Group, and so forth. All right, I'm going to jump back over to my personal profile, and we're going to flip over here. Does anybody have any questions? You guys feel free, raise your hands. Does anybody have any questions regarding Facebook fan pages, how you guys can be more interactive, how you can leverage our collaborative marketing programs? Anybody have anything that you want to bring up right now that I can address while we're here? You guys can raise your hands on the GoToMeeting, and Kathy will unmute you. Ann Powers. Yes, Miss Ann.
Hey.
Hello, lady.
Congratulations.
Talk to me.
I put in an email to Michael earlier. Thank you so much for the marketing push. And I noticed at one point we were in 500-ish likes, and we're just steadily dropping down into the 9s and the 8s. And so I wanted to know the behavior behind A, Facebook, and B, is it people? Are we getting unliked by people? Is it something more intense through Facebook? And how do we hold on to that market share, if you will, once that marketing push gets done for us each time?
I love that. That is an awesome question. Okay, so each individual only has the ability to like up to 5,000 fan pages. So a portion of it is me, I can only like 5,000 fan pages, so if they like something different, one's going to drop off. So it is possible that you lose. Now I'm showing you mine, and I'm showing these stats so you can get an idea. I have 4 fan pages that we manage constantly, and I'll tell you, it's part of me thinks that's smart, part of me wants to throw my computer out the window. However, when you have, the more likes you get, the fluctuation of likes is not going to be that big of a deal. Now, do you want to do things that are going to improve your engagement? Absolutely. So you're on our accelerated plan, which essentially we are marketing your fan page out to our network, which you don't have a connection with. Our speaker team has spoke all across the states. We've spoke internationally. And so our network, our database is massive, but they don't know you. So essentially, when we are building a network for you, it's going to be really a lot more difficult for you to keep them engaged, but it's going to push you to work harder at it. So the things you want to watch, like for example, when I looked at this, I want to say 2 group was down, Jennifer Bagley was up, 12-step roadmap was up. They're constantly fluctuating, and really it has to do with where we're spending our time and our energy, and we're not great at spending it consistently on all our fan pages, no matter how we try. So, you know, sometimes we have better content, more information that fits one of our businesses. Lately, we've really been focusing on CI Web Group because of all of the search engine algorithm changes. So we have a lot of content that's coming out that people are interested in. Whereas we've definitely pulled back. Now, on Jennifer Bagley, I have the most likes, but I'll tell you, those likes are only because I'm a speaker. So what you'll notice with me is when I have a speaking engagement booked, you're going to see us promoting and marketing that speaking engagement. At the speaking engagement, you're going to see pictures and videos and content being posted regularly. And then after the event, you're going to see a ton of content coming out as well. You're going to see us doing interviews with people. I mean, I think we did this with you when we were at the Mitsubishi Diamond Dealer Conference. We interviewed you guys. And that content is what creates the spike in likes, the spike in engagement, and everything else. But I'm not speaking right now. For my speaking career, I've pulled back. I'm only taking very high quality speaking events. So I'm not speaking at every chamber across the nation anymore. So this fan page is actually much more difficult for us to manage, simply because I don't have that high volume and consistent content. I'm not speaking 3 times a week at every chamber and Rotary and networking group across the nation anymore. Does that kind of help? So let me back up. So 1, don't be concerned. 2, let it motivate you to play with content and posting new content and see what your customers want. See what your network engages with. And it doesn't always have to be simply products and services that you sell. So in the last, the last session, one of the homework pieces, let me pull up homework. This is step 1, session 3. One of the homework components was, let me scroll down. We were coming up with what is the social media content that you should be leveraging on a regular basis. So we talked about referrals, and I noticed you started before you went to this session, you were sending me private messages about who you were going to refer us to. And then I noticed after you attended this session, you started tagging us in public posts saying thank you for this, or we're going to refer you here. And I saw you tagging other people and thanking them for meeting with them and so forth. So you're making absolutely the right strides in making those engagements and so forth more public. Also, testimonials, thank yous, pictures, quotes. What I would recommend everybody does, you guys can go through Facebook and start creating of images. So let's let me go back to my personal account. When I'm on my personal account, I'm going to click on home, and please spare me of anything that you see. These are, I have 5,000 connections. I don't know what everybody puts on here. Okay, so Kimberly, I'm going to use you as an example. Kimberly has this image that she's posted here, and let's say this is a motivational image. I want you to create a folder that you download all of these motivational images into. Okay, so when you have this folder, so you'll create, for example, just create one on your computer, and every time you see a motivational image, I want you to post it in there. So this is step one. This is the lazy way to start generating content. Where this needs to get to is this needs to get to the point where you have, let me see here, it needs to get to the point where you have a folder on your own computer that you keep images that you can use on a regular basis. And I don't know if I'm in the right folder. So you'll see I have tons of just graphical images that I use constantly, and I use them in posts, we use them in blog posts. So what you're going to want to do is actually have a library branded with quotes, entertaining sayings, and so forth that have a really small link to your website. Actually, lately I've been watching David Fagan do this, and he's doing an incredibly great job. I'm going to go to David Fagan's page, and he has been posting, let me see if I can quickly find some. Okay, he's been custom designed graphics, like motivational graphics, and I love how he's done this. He's actually taking a graphic, he's posting it and saying what's a good quote or caption for this image, and then he's building, this is perfect, he's building a library of marketing images that have a quote, and they're his quotes with the image and a link to his website. These quotes are getting a lot of engagement, they're getting shared, they're getting repurposed. So people are looking for that transparency. So try on your fan page, include a little bit of personal. You know, the way I look at it, on my personal page, I'm 80% personal, 20% professional or business. On my fan page, I'm 80% business, 20% personal. But you need to build that artillery. So I know that you asked one small question and got a laundry list of possible answers, but does that help a little bit as far as how to engage those folks?
It does. I've been trying to build my little folders, if you will, my arsenal. And I just was wondering where I was losing the folks. Is it in what I'm posting, or is it just the normal trends, like you said, of the ups and downs and the behavior of how it happens, and not to get, you know, but I just can't get these folks to engage. And I know it's content, I know it's all me, but I will get there.
Yes, and don't worry about it at all. You guys, losing fans is not a big deal. I tell people in your email newsletters, I have a team member of mine that when we get an unsubscription on a newsletter, they have like an internal heart attack if somebody unsubscribes. Unsubscribes and unlikes are actually awesome in all of our business, and I look at it as I give a huge thumbs up to anybody that unsubscribes to our newsletter or unsubscribes to our fan pages, because ultimately what I want, and actually, you know what, this is a good cue into one of the, I'm going to bounce around a little bit, and I'm going to bounce into another area of our presentation today. That is exactly where we fall when it comes to who is our ideal client and knowing who they are, our ideal connection. So for me, I have a very, very specific client who is who I want to do business with, and we call them a Padam. So you are one. Blake is one. We have a whole bunch of them on the call today, and we've had lots of new people join. I'm glad to have you guys all here. So a Padam in our environment is they are positive, they're aggressive, they have a desire to do business with us, they're open to change, they have money to make and money to spend. And this is our, we know who we want to do business with. So in your social environment, your fan pages, on your email newsletters, on your downloads for your mobile apps, don't worry about losing anyone. As long as you know exactly who you want and you're doing things to obtain those, falls through the cracks, let them go. And they're not an issue at all. Ultimately, you are harvesting the perfect network of prospects, customers, friends, fans, followers, promoters, and so forth. And everybody doesn't have to be a customer. Some people are only there for the content. Some people are only there to assist in the perception of how large of an organization you have, or the perception of how many likes you have, and so forth. So everybody plays a role, and if they disappear, then let them go. Cool?
Sounds good.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyone else? I know you guys, we're going to do it a little bit different today. Anyone else want to raise their hand and ask a question where I can go look at your particular fan page or your website and kind of give you an idea? While you guys are thinking about what those questions are, I am going to flip over to marketing majors, and these are kind of the areas that I want to concentrate on. So if you have questions in these areas, earlier I was talking about a client of ours who had called and they wanted to set up all of these social media accounts. They wanted to get on Twitter, they wanted to get on Pinterest and all these things, but they hadn't mastered the basics yet, which I call them the marketing majors. Marketing majors are simple, and this actually is a good order to do them. First is content. Second is your graphics, your band of graphics, which are really your storytellers. You're going to need graphics for everything. You're going to need graphics on your Facebook pages. You're going to need them as your featured images on your blog posts. You're going to need them in your newsletter. You're going to need them on your social sites. You're going to need a band of graphics. So that's important. Your website, and I should say /blog. I'll go ahead and change that since we're on a live feed. Next, Google. Your engagement with Google. Google Plus. How networked are you as far as your circles? Your YouTube account and your analytics account. Are you evaluating your performance? So this is critical. Your Facebook fan pages. I've seen a few people jimmy rig their personal page work like a fan page. I want you to be very careful of that. Facebook will and can remove that page entirely for doing that. So you need to use a fan page. And then also your personal page. For example, for me, my personal fan page, I constantly am having to go delete people to be able to add a new friend. So I'm always evaluating who's on here because you can only have 5,000 connections on here. So, hey Blake, thank you. So let me flip over. That's my ADD calling. Next one is your mobile environment. You know, one of the step number 3 is your mobile app, and we're going to talk. I'm going to be bringing on James Sheets as a mobile app expert. I'm bringing on Tammy Kling as a content expert. They're going to be on our breakout sessions and our radio show. I also have Catherine Haywood, who is a defense attorney and a litigator, and she's incredible. She's going to be talking about social media and some legal things you need to pay attention to in social media and be aware of. So we've got some really good guests that are coming on. But next is your newsletter and your CRM. These are the fundamentals, you guys. These are really the basics. Making sure you have this house in order and in a good position needs to be first priority. And I know big companies that don't have these things well done, so it's going to be important. All right, go ahead and I'm looking for any hands raised. If you have a question regarding CRM, newsletter, mobile, Facebook, Google, website, graphics, content, if you want me to take a look at something you've done, fan page, and so forth, please let me know and I'll go jump in. I absolutely can totally just keep talking if you don't have questions too. Anyone want to throw their website out and have me take a look at your site and give you some pointers on what you can do better? Who? All right, you guys. So I'll jump in. You're being shy today, and let me see who can I go pick on? How about Blake? All right, Blake, you're up. Blake, you are my show up, suit up, and participate crown king today. You get lots of exposure that way. All right, you're unmuted. Shoot. And he can't talk through his. All right, how about Bruce Waterman? Thoughts, comments, questions. I'm going to start unmuting you guys. Let's see here. Janine and Diego, you guys always have awesome questions. Shoot. All right. Janine and Diego, you guys are off mute?
What?
You guys are off mute. You guys have a question, thought, comment? You want us to look at a site?
No, because I have been bad in posting on Facebook, and I really don't want you to criticize.
I would never criticize you. Do you guys have any websites you want me to go do a quick evaluation on, give you guys some pointers?
Our website is SoCalMarketingConsultants.com.
All right, I'm on it. Okay, so you tell me how you want me to go to town. You want me to be light, easy?
You can do whatever you want.
I love it. I love it. All right. So first things first, this is what I love. Let me tell you this. There are 3 different kinds of buyers, 3 different personas that are coming to your website. You have, and these are in life. If ladies, you know what I'm talking about. When you have a friend and you take them to a shoe store, you're going to know one of these personalities. A, they're instant decision makers, i.e., they walk into Nordstrom, they know exactly what they want, and that's what they go for. Then you're going to have your analytical people, which those are, if you're in a disassessment, your eyes. Your analytical people, they want to research and research and research. They're slower thinkers, slower processors. So they're totally okay walking through DFW shoe store and looking around at 3,000 different shoes, which would give me an absolute headache. And then you have your fence sitters. And your fence sitters, they're not going to make a decision. They might take up a lot of your time, but they're not going to make a decision right away. And there's a couple of other categories, but I'll leave those ones alone. So first off, Janine and Diego, first thing, you guys absolutely address your instant decision makers. You do that by having your phone number in the top right-hand corner, loud and clear. You may give them direction and just put free consultation next to it or a little graphic or image right next to it. Very quickly, I'm also going to point out that your phone number, hang on one second. Your phone number is text, and it's an H2 on the page. I love this. Let me go in. I love this because if somebody's Googling and they wind up landing on your page, they're instantly going to be able to click that phone number without even going into your website, which is great. From a mobile phone, if they're doing a mobile search, I cannot find your meta description on the page. If you have a meta description on the page, I see you have your meta title. I don't see meta description. If you do, put that phone number inside your meta description within the first 140 characters. That way they have 2 places they can click on that. It's going to show up actually in a Google feed versus on your site. Smart, smart. Next thing, consultation. I love this. Let me just check out your consultation form. All right, so you guys are using Contact 7, which is an okay plugin. There's been a lot of viruses and holes with that thing, so it's kind of a pain, and you got to keep it updated. Also, the challenge with your lead form is these are coming to you into an email. So it's doing an email text and it's sending it to you. The challenge with that as a marketer is it's very hard to identify where it was converted from. So something you might want to consider, for example, inside our lead system, this is, and by the way, get this out of the way, this is $60 a month, no contracts, it's per user, anytime, but the difference is you guys can create a campaign for every marketing activity you do. So your home page is a marketing activity. You want to know how many leads do I generate from my home page. Your contact us, your free consultation, each individual blog category, your social media accounts, and so forth. Every campaign you do for you and for your clients is you need to be able to measure the success of that campaign so you know if it's working or not. And the easiest way to do that is create a campaign, and you'll notice our campaigns show up right under our prospect name. So these are all the leads and prospects that have came in the last week or so. And all of these, we know exactly which website, which form, and what they're interested in. So we can tell exactly what our conversion rate is by marketing activity. So that would be a quick and simple form. You could put an embed code on here and keep it out of your email. So you have two things that it's going to improve. One, from an operational standpoint, transferring content from an email lead form to any kind of central database is just taxing on an organization, and it's a waste of time. So anywhere you're wasting time, you absolutely want to get rid of those time wasters. So that would be a quick change that way. And two, if it's not taxing you, it might be because it's not working, and that's going to show other or make other issues more visible so that you can see what pages are converting, what pages are not converting, and so forth. I love this. I love you have a quick call to action the second you go into the site. So let's see here. So you guys, as far as content goes, you have two different types of content. You have sales page content and I'm going to say text, or excuse me, talk to text content. So if you think about Google, Google is a big filing system. So every page you put inside a drawer, Google is weighing what the name of that page is. Actually, let me just tell you this real quick. You guys call your domain provider, your domain registrar, and tell them to set up a 301 redirect. Google has what's called a preferred URL structure. So it's gonna, what it needs to do is when someone types in SoCalMarketingConsultants.com, it needs to auto redirect to www.SoCalMarketingConsultants.com. Right now, Google thinks those two sites are two different domains. So if you have backlinks that are coming to your site, some are using the W's, some are not using the W's, you don't get the true value of both of those combined. And that's free, and that's an easy, quick change. So that was my ADD moment. I'll come back to services. If you look at Google as this huge filing system, you have junk pages, which they're junk drawer pages, and you have fit literally inside a specific cabinet. So a junk page would be the word home, services, portfolio, our videos, charities, about, blog, contact. Something that can be filed properly is going to be perfect. Reputation marketing in your permalink, and that's what this is called up here. I'm going to inspect element. I'm guessing this right here is your, that is not your, okay, so this is your H2, that's perfect. You need one H1 and one H2, so you can see what you have here. And this is perfect. You guys have it tagged as an H2 and it's an EM. That's good. If you guys switch this to H1, switch, and you can do this on a global style sheet, switch all of your header titles to H1 tags, then your subtitles are H2 tags. That's going to give you even what you're already doing. And then under services, so I'm going to go back to services. The pages that you guys absolutely need content on are going to be, and I'm sure you know this, And trust me, please trust me, I am really good at giving advice. Do my own sites need a tremendous amount of work? All day, every day, absolutely. So I could go through my own sites, which I am. I'm redeveloping, redesigning, and redoing content professionally for all of our sites. So this is just simply advice, and I do this to myself all the time. And my team will tell you I probably drive them crazy looking at everything we produce, everything we publish, and I'm so analytical about what it looks like that I do the exact same thing within my own company. So I just completely had them strip our entire newsletter, redo every piece of our newsletter, all the graphics, all the content, the entire template, everything. So I'm with you. So these are your pages, though. Search engine optimization, mobile website, technical website audit, reputation management, and then nothing here. So these are your real ones right here. And if you guys aren't doing social media marketing, then we should collaborate. But that's a side note. All right, web design portfolio. This is good. I like the fact you did it as a blog category. That is interesting. Why did it go to a different site? Do you guys have your blog set up on a different URL?
Or what?
Where did this go to? Do you guys have 2 installs of WordPress on your server?
Well, this actually is the company that we are working with when we are building websites for people. So this is their portfolio to show what they will do for our customers for them.
Okay. So, yes, and this entire thing is an iframe, so this has no value. It would be well, this could get into some other conversations. So from a search engine standpoint, I just deleted the iframe. This is what Google can read. So let me back out. Under this portfolio, is this a landing page that they specifically designed to you, or you're just sending them over to their page?
This is one that is designed for other people, for anybody that they're going to do website design for.
Got it. Okay. It might be beneficial to move over and keep those things on your page, so at least you get the optimization for it, because right now there's just no value in having that third party, and I think it might confuse a customer if they went over there, because it's hard to get back to. There's no home page, there's no way to get back. So I would not do that. Especially being a web company, that would be something you would advise clients not to do. So either create the portfolio on your own site, or I would remove that link. It'd be worth it, and it wouldn't take that much time to build you a portfolio page with some samples versus send them over there and possibly lose a prospect. So there's lots of little things. You guys should install. You guys should install Add to Any, which is a social media sharing tool. You can easily install and configure that. That way, if you've got people that are coming to the site and you want them to refer you to other people, they can simply click on a share. Also, Google is evaluating how many likes and tweets and retweets and so forth your site is getting. So you want to have the ability for people to +1 your site, add your site as a recommended site. So you want the share icons up here, and then also either in the footer or in a sidebar, you need people to be able to give you a thumbs up. Those thumbs ups are what's powering the trust factor, which Google cares about 3 things. 1 is, are you relevant? That has to do with how you're labeling all of your pages. 2 is, are you current? That has to do with the frequency of content you're publishing out. And 3 is, are you relevant? Or excuse me, are you trusted? And trust comes from third-party engagement, and that comes from likes, shares, reposts, retweets, recommends, +1s, reshares, content syndication, and so forth. So those would be important as well. Okay, so our videos would be considered a junk page. However, if you were to take each one of these pages and you were to or each one of these videos, and you were to create one blog post per video, technically our videos should be a blog category. Portfolio should be a blog category. Each post should have a different portfolio. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get a video, SoCalMarketingConsultants.com/blog/ and then the title of the video. That way every video is giving you another page on Google that you can optimize. It's also allowing people to share individual videos, repost them, comment on them. And that's really going to help. Also, you know, for titles, you guys, there's two different ways to title content. You have titling content for social and titling content for search. Well, actually, there's three. And there's titling content for mobile. So think about it this way, and this is real logical once you get these three down. Titling content for search is when somebody goes to Google and they type in a key phrase. We'll go Dallas security. For example, they type in a search. So they'll go in here and they're going to type in Dallas Security and Alarm Systems or Dallas Security Companies. This is a standard search. Somebody that owns a PC, they're coming to Google and they're typing in a search. So when you're on your website, the pages under services need to be titled for search, which is going to be typically a short tail key phrase. That's going to be California SEO company. That might be SoCal marketing agency, marketing consultant, SEO consultant, web designer, web developer, website development, and so forth. Those are for search. Then you have content that is for social. Now you want to be really careful with anything that's generic. If you throw out a couple words that can have 300 different meanings, it's going to put you in a junk page. That's why the words services, continuing education, portfolio, videos, charity, about, blog, contact, and so forth. Our mission, most websites are filled completely with hundreds of junk pages. So when you're looking for all of the titles on your pages, you want to think, is it for search? Is it for audio to search, which is a mobile search, audio to text, or is it for social? And then finally, the last piece is it for a real person that's sitting on the site that I need to convert? And those people are lazy, and you probably are overthinking much of the content that needs to go in that bucket anyway. And I don't mean lazy as in lazy. I mean lazy as in short for time. The speed of life is capturing them. So you want to be careful when I say the first one is for search. That's somebody going to Google and they're typing in three things, and oftentimes they'll put a geography or a location. That's going to pull up a certain number of pages. The second version is audio to text, which is their mobile phone, and them saying, what's a good SEO company in Southern California? Or Siri, tell me the top 10 SEO companies in Southern California. So that is going to be what your blogs are for. Your blog posts, for example, this will lead you into a junk drawer. Strive for greatness. It's too generic for Google, too generic for search or for audio to text, and it really is not captivating enough for a social. Now, seasonal email marketing. If I would have thrown in seasonal email marketing strategies for success, and that would have given kind of a good search, that would actually work in almost all three. This definitely, this possibly could get you into a social environment. So think social. If you are posting this blog post, this is what Google is picking up. That it's a mastermind and that it's make the best of a bad situation. My guess is if you put in here, so let's see. Okay, so make the best of a bad situation. You're getting a lot of site things, idioms. So you just want to be cautious, and I don't know in a social environment if that would be really picked up. Great. Just a couple little things on here. So on here, you guys should Ixnay the WordPress commenting tool. You guys need to install SEO Facebook commenting. That way, if somebody does comment in here, it auto post out to their fan page or their personal page. So that's a quick way to leverage or compress time from a marketing standpoint. If somebody's going to comment, that comment will automatically get posted to their Facebook account or your Facebook account. So that's a great way for you to go in and make comments and start engaging conversation on your own post, which is awesome. So technically what should happen is you create the post automatically submits it to Facebook. On Facebook, if you recommend it or like it, so on here it should have recommend, like, retweet, repost, and so forth, +1. And if somebody comments on it, you should be able to continue those commenting threads. If you want to check out a good place, I think DNet has that on there, and that's a great place to see all the comment threads that happen. DNetTV.com, all the comment threads that come back and forth. I love this. Sign up for a free consultation, and I love, where does this take you? Awesome. So I love the fact you guys are giving a consultation away. You have a call to action. What they're doing fantastic is they have a call to action on post. So I'm kind of going through just some basics. There's a lot of other things that I don't want to dive too far into on this particular site because I just want to give you some small handful of things you can do right away. Interior linking looks great. You definitely want to watch this. You probably are getting a boat ton of spam. It would be better if you highlight email and you link email as an HTTP reference to this email address. Myself and about 1 million other people have crawlers that specifically crawl websites for email. It'll just say from an operational time, I don't want to see people having to deal with spam that you can avoid. So that'll take you out. And then here, anytime you have this call to action is great. If you can turn this into a graphic, that's even better, something that really pops off the page. And if you have, you know, a bucket ton of those graphics, that'll really help as well.
Jennifer?
Yes, ma'am.
If you go on and the reputation, so I was messing around and I put up the videos, but if you scroll down to the bottom, I have that for email us. Is that good enough for what you're talking about, a graphic? It actually goes to a MailChimp page.
I see that.
As opposed to...
I would make it big, like this.
Okay.
Stretched. Have it be the width, 600 pixels wide, maybe 200 pixels tall. Have it stretch the top. And then if you're going to use one like this, make it bigger and have it be right aligned and put it close up, you know, up top.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely make it big. And then same thing with your commenting.
And then if you click on the boxes up on top, is that what you're kind of talking about, doing it separately?
Absolutely. That's great. So the only thing you're missing on this is tags and categories. Tags and categories are really weighted heavily. So if this was in a category that was called reputation management, the benefit is you would have reputation management as a category, then why is your online reputation important? And then you would have your H1 tag, which if you guys do that global change for an H1 tag, you'd have why is your online reputation important. Then you have it in an H2 in your heading area. And then on top of that, for this particular page, let me just look really quick. You have it in your title tag. You don't need to put, well, that's your website name. What plugin are you using for your SEO?
I'd have to ask the person who developed our site.
I haven't found any tag. My guess is you guys are using your themes plugin. Real quick, send them an email and tell them to install Yoast SEO. or SEO by Yoast. WordPress SEO by Yoast. Definitely do that. And then when you get done with that, go here and go watch watch this breakout session that's how to SEO a blog post. And that's going to explain selection of your primary key phrase, your meta title, meta tag, meta descriptions, tags, categories, and how to leverage all that. That is going to take this video, or this page, post, I should say, and make it 100 times more leveraged than where it is right now. So this is definitely a good start.
Okay, and when you're saying Yoast, is that Y-O-S-T?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's Y-O-A-S-T, my bad. So the 3 plugins you guys need: SEO by Yoast. You need Add Any, which is the social media. You need to swap out your commenting from WordPress commenting to SEO Facebook commenting plugin, and they just need to set up the API for that and install that. SEO by Yoast, yes, ma'am. And then the other thing I would do is I would switch all of your call to action forms out with Mothernote lead forms so that you can start tracking what's working and what's not working from a conversion standpoint. And there's 101, when we get into the CRM section, there's 101 other reasons you could do that. But it's inexpensive and extremely powerful, and should be something you guys are advising your clients. That will give you the ability to help your clients measure conversions, which if you're in a marketing environment, clients are going to be okay with measuring traffic and likes and increases in subscriptions and so forth, but at some point, the bigger clients are definitely going to want to know what about conversions.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I love that you volunteer. I know that's not always fun, but I will do that myself. I know we're out of time here. Anybody else that has any questions, you can throw those out very quick. Anyone that has to run, definitely you guys can run. We'll continue recording if you've got to jump off and get on another call. Just kind of giving you an idea. In ours, our websites are rotten. We have to redo design, graphics, content, call to action. What we are very, very good at, I kind of in my business started backwards. I started with being an incredible lead generator through speaking events, content seminars like this, and we actually have the reverse problem. We had to uninstall our SEO plugins on our websites and stop generating leads from the internet because we had so many websites so many leads and opportunities that we weren't getting to from speaking events. I think Anna will attest to the event that we met her at. We had, in 2 events, we had 1,200 qualified opportunities to be able to get back to them. We literally had to tell them, you guys put 911 and I need help right now. If you're interested, we just can't get back to. So we probably left about 1,000 people on the table, and there was a handful of people we were able to take on. So not to diminish our need to do that. We're doing the exact same thing, from redesigns, building the libraries, and so forth. We've had a handful of people that have asked for pricing on certain things. I'm just going to throw these out here. Since they asked from the last session, somebody asked what would it cost for us to design a newsletter template for them. Normally we charge $1,500 for anybody who's watching this video and fills out the form related to this particular session. We'll do that for you guys. That would be your header image, 4 calls to action, 6 content headers, your footer, and your signature for a newsletter for $500. For your social profiles, we probably got 60 people asking, how the heck do I get all these things done? Again, what we've agreed to do, and it's just for people, not our standard pricing, but if you want us to design the graphics for Facebook, Google+, Twitter, YouTube, and so forth, that's $700, and then somebody asked about a custom page. If you want your homepage, a custom homepage design, this is just the graphics design. You guys can hand it to your developers or have us do it. It'll be $1,200, and that's for these ones. Everything, you guys know I don't like selling on these things. It's not my gig. I just don't want to answer one more question about it without it being recorded. So you guys can check out all of our videos. Definitely connect with us on our social sites. We love promoting you. So the more engaged you are, the more we get to talk about you, the more top of mind you are to me, the more I can bring you up. Janine and Diego, and thank you guys for jumping in, asking questions. actually, you know what, Richard Hassman, I'm going to unplug you right now. You are off mute. I just saw your hand up. If you have anything you want to jump in, that'd be awesome. Yes, sir.
Okay, so my comment is this is all really, really overwhelming for me. I have no idea of the kind of knowledge that some of your other participants, like the last couple, was at. So I'm guessing these are not things I necessarily need to know. They're things I need to know if I'm going to be hiring you and letting someone else manage this so I don't have to learn all this.
Some of it. So you can outsource a lot of it, yes. The familiarity, awareness, and your participation in it, what I promise we'll do is through the sessions, you will be able to gain a level of awareness and understanding about how all this stuff works and how all it's connected to where you won't miss opportunities that are probably readily available and sitting in front of you right now that you just might not see. So I'll throw that out there. The other thing that will happen is the more you ask questions on these things, you'll be able to gain a little bit of knowledge, but also some direction in what are the things that you can and should be doing. There are a handful of things we can't do for you. We don't know who your customer base is. We don't know who your best referral partners are. We don't know who your strategic partners are. We don't know who your biggest fan base is. And so it will be important that you learn bits and pieces of these things enough to be able to engage those people because they're going to be critical to your success. A group of strangers is only going to give the perception that you're very, very well liked, but your close, intimate network is going to give the reality, and they're going to be the ones that kind of grow from the inside out. The other thing is you being able to communicate. You and I have had some awesome conversations, and I love the fact that every time I talk to you, I'm learning more and more about who your ideal marketplace is. A lot of times when you're a small business owner, I speak at a lot of groups, and so you'll see a small business owner stand up at an event and they do the introductions before I take the stage typically, and I'll hear somebody stand up and say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm with this company, and anybody who's interested in such and such, that'll be a great fit for me." And my brain doesn't register with the word anyone. My brain doesn't register with everyone, anywhere, anytime, any place as being an ideal client. And so part of this may just simply be helping you clarify what specifically are my products and services, what do my customers need and really want, how do my customers ask questions, what questions do they ask, and all of those things are going to be necessary no matter who you guys work with from a marketing campaign. The more clear you are, even if you have a content writer, a graphics designer, web designer, developer, social media manager, and so forth, they're going to count and rely on you being able to give them some very, very specific information about your business and your marketplace and your goals. And so the answer is yes and yes to everything you said. And don't get overwhelmed.
Okay, perfect. It's as clear as mud.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I know I went over today. I'll keep it on track next week. I appreciate you coming. Please feel free to share this with other people you think this would be valuable for. You can catch us on 12steproadmap.com or 12-Step Roadmap on our extension on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And I look forward to seeing you on the next event. Thanks, you guys.